Love Turkey Chili Tuesday. I thought about tacos, but LeBron James already had that on lock during the early stages of the pandemic. So I said, let me try something else, but I love playing on my names and the alliteration of T. So we're doing turkey chili. I have some folks coming over, and so it's very easy. It is winter. It is cold outside. And I'm going to be having a conversation today about what I would say to my 22-year-old self. We're going to have a fantastic conversation. And some of my friends and viewers from Evansville, Indiana and Western Kentucky remember my days on Lifestyles with Laura Kirtley and Ron Rhodes. And so we had a lot of fun doing, tons of great segments. I am not walking you through my process, okay? I've got the ingredients. I am showing you what I'm putting in it. We're going to check in it, but that is going to take so long to walk you through cooking it. I'd rather have my conversation and stay true to my mission with keeping tabs, and we'll just follow it along the process, and I'll show you when it's done. Of course, turkey chili, I do not put noodles in mine. You can pair it with a piece of garlic bread, cornbread, shredded cheese, sour cream on top, oyster crackers in it. It's whatever your pleasure is. And so mine is very simple with onions, a yellow pepper, garlic. You see the dark red kidney beans, tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, and some fabulous seasonings to make it pop. So I am, thinking about 22-year-old Tabnie, and she's just graduating college, hungry for her first gig, hence the play on food. So I really do want this to be interactive, though. So I want to hear from you. DM me or email me. Even if you don't want me to share your name, I want to hear what you would tell your younger self, whether it's about marriage, love, school, career. I do all the talking. So let me hear from you why I do this vlog in the first place. I want to create a bonus episode with some of you fantastic viewers. So that is on the way. First and foremost, I would just tell Tabby that I love her, that she is enough, that she is marvelous just the way that she is. Oftentimes, I did not hear that enough growing up. It was, okay, you got C or B, why not A? Okay, you scored 8 points in your basketball game, why not 18? It was always just and I understand the perspective was to push. The perspective was to, you can do better and tap into that. But let's applaud making 3 free throws. Let's applaud, So the first thing I would tell her is she is enough right here, right now. And I think that's really important, just to be in this reflective space, is to start with that before we dive into what I wish I would have known and wish I would have done differently. When it comes to love and relationships, I know a little something about both. This may sound vain, and that's fine. But if younger folks are watching this, upcoming graduates, I would say make sure you get some pictures solo in your cap and gown. In the event your relationship does not last, don't take all your pictures with your significant other. And I would just say, trust me on this one. My biggest piece of advice I would tell my younger self is to not get lost in a relationship. I recognize I had an almost decade-long relationship throughout the majority of my 20s. I relied on my partner to make me happy. Big no-no there. When he wasn't home, when he was upset, I was down. And it's such a vulnerable and beautiful decision to give love a try. I love the quote, "The heartbroken are the bravest among us because they dared to love." So, there's just a natural dependency that happens in a romantic partnership. I recognize on the other side how I started to neglect myself, quiet my voice to avoid confrontation. That is absolutely unhealthy there. So I wanted to start with love and relationship. Also argue like you're still in love. Yelling, low blows, equally as painful as physical violence, okay? All of the above, they cannot and should not be a part of your love story. The power of the tongue is mightier than a sword. And when I used to get angry, I would cut deep, and stoop so low And that's just such a poor way to communicate. My childhood was full of physical and verbal abuse amongst my parents, and even when they dated other people after being separated. So all I knew when it came to disagreements was to try and be the loudest, stoop low. Woo, I'm so grateful for my growth. Thank you for growth. Conflict resolution does not have to mean yelling. Disagreements are unavoidable. Arguing is a choice. You choose to raise your voice at me. You choose to slam doors. You choose to call each other names. Disagreements can still be full of respect. I know how to do that now in such a mature manner, and I could admit my mouth, my lack of encouragement, that did play a role into the downfall of that relationship, and I take a lot of responsibility. This is one of the most deadliest weapons, this tongue right here. Don't fear being alone, 22-year-old Tabnie. A lot of people in my life are currently in or have stayed in unhealthy spaces for their children, for their finances, for a warm body to be beside. Kids are not blind, okay? They know when their parents aren't happy. As a product of parents who weather the storm for the sake of their children, it was an incredibly unhealthy household for myself and my younger brother. So stop settling at the expense of joy. Paulo Coelho says, if you are brave enough to say goodbye, life will reward you with a new hello. All right, here's a check on the food while I'm blabbing away. Chili is coming along, looking good. I did 3 pounds of ground turkey, like I said, because I am feeding a crowd, a handful of folks coming over. So this is perfect in terms of just doubling it up. And then got the goodies added, so we're looking good. Okay, on to the next topic, and that is career, and that is journalism. Ooh, chow. I will first say getting a mentor is helpful. One of my best friend's mom used to be a local news anchor in Lexington, Kentucky. She watched me grow up, and she was one of the first people I talked to when I decided to pursue a career in broadcast news at Western Kentucky University in good old Bowling Green. Barbara Deeb, a longtime staple in Bowling Green, where the university is located. She helped me as I wrapped up college as well. I know that's not always the case, but you can write to people that you look up to in your field. Everything they told me about how rude viewers can be, working nights, weekends, and holidays, super tight deadlines, and missing time with my family, they were spot on for, and I'm grateful to have known that going in. There's this fearlessness that you have in your 20s when you're in the beginning of adulthood. You feel invincible. I never asked about 401k matches, PTO, bereavement. I rarely researched the dozens of cities I was applying to. I was just ready to get to work. That's a big no-no. Because if I truly would have ended up in Piedmont, North Dakota, or Duluth, Minnesota early on, I wouldn't have fared well. I can tell you that right now. I'm glad my first cross-country move came in my 30s after years of experience professionally and more growth as a woman. So I would tell young Tab to have more consideration for her quality of life. I ended up in Evansville, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, and Reno, Nevada. I love all of those markets so much. Those markets treated me magnificently, and I'm extremely grateful. Now, my rise into adulthood is mirrored by the rise in technology. My biggest lesson or desire is I wish someone would have instilled in me to explore other income streams while starting out. Had I been guided to start consulting and begin media training and start an LLC at the early stages of my career, I guarantee that I would have a multi-million-dollar media company by now instead of just launching Tabnie Dozier Enterprises in 2022. Ownership is key. And all I was taught was get a good job, don't talk about money, work hard. But as I found out, and as a lot of you knew before me, so many of these corporations could not care less about your personal struggles, health concerns, and they put profit over people. So I'd make sure to tell 22-year-old Tabnie, start monetizing on your talents. For my journey, news stations made millions while I was a TV anchor off of my intellectual property, and they were definitely run by inadequate, amateur, and uncaring managers. Toxic is not even the word. Also, many people fall in love with their hometown or home state and they never leave. Whether it's study abroad, job opportunity, extensive travel. I highly recommend getting uncomfortable and seeing what else the world has to offer. Staying put really limits your mindset, and I can't tell you all the family and friends that ask, well, why do you snowboard? Well, why'd you move to Reno? Their limited life experiences won't allow their vision to be as bright as mine, and I say that they are the ones missing out, not me. I also focus solely on one career and would like to talk to my younger self about all my other talents besides storytelling. I'm such a fun event host. The gift of gab and relationship building makes me a top candidate in the realm of sales, plus non-traditional storytelling like blogging, travel writing, etc. It is a grand journey discovering yourself day by day, but these are really my top tips to younger Tab. All right. Here is our finished yummy meal. Yum! Perfect for cold winter afternoons and evenings. Yum. Well, that does it for this episode. Being in the kitchen, bon appetit. I will see you on my next adventure.